What car brand has the most problems and people still buy? Most cars are fine with proper maintenance. People who buy old luxury cars need to be able to afford to maintain them. The most expensive Mercedes is the cheapest one. Except a Kia. My brother had a brand new, fully optioned Kia Optima SXL a few years ago, and the engine blew at 25k miles among various other issues. Shutting the door on it was like shutting a tin, and build quality was garbage. The best chance of owning a no-LD luxury car with few issues is going to be Lexus. These types of questions pop up all the time, and every brand of car eventually finds the way into the list. People will invariably claim Honda and Toyota don't belong either after or before someone mentions how their CR-V, Tundra, Celica or Echo pissed fluid all over their driveway or something. Since the mid-90s, the reliability of every global car brand has been within a few percentage points of each other. Every car is probably fine, and if it not, it's a fluke or user error. Land Rover. Battery keeps dying because the electronics eat it up too fast. Refuses to update the OS for 2 years now. Screens blank out while you're driving. Hasn't happened to me, but I've heard some people the thing just cuts off on you while driving. Cheapest fucking sun visors ever. GUI is not intuitive at all. Like, they just did the bare min to slap everything in there without giving a second thought to how things need to be used while driving. Former Dodge Jeep service manager. Jeeps, I swear, must be built to fail on purpose. Every time one pulled in, it was at least a $1,000 ticket. Knew 50-60 Jeep owners not only by name, we knew their families, where they went on vacation, who was sick or in the hospital. Jeeps were maybe 20-25% of sales, but 80-90% of parts sales and service work. On the bright side, I made some great bonuses because of Jeeps. Volkswagen ... in the US has some of the worst reliability ratings, and have had some of the worst reliability ratings for the past few decades, but they have such a loyal fan base that it doesn't seem to matter. They can produce absolute trash, and people will still buy it up. Because Volkswagen ... Also, I say this as a fan of Volkswagen. Don't hate me, because I speak the truth. HP printers. Edit, haha, my bad. I thought I was on a different subreddit regarding tech gear. Honestly, don't buy HP printers. They are pieces of shit that has to be connected online. Even if you plug in a USB direct, HP will stop it until you register for an HP account. The app on the desktop is garbage. Lastly, you can't transfer printers between computers because it's registered. Jeep, or most Chrysler products for that matter, never own any of them and never will. Also, back in the day, the first Hyundai cars were terrible. I remember my aunt had a Hyundai Excel, and it was in the shop more than it was on the road. And the loaner car Hyundais would even break down. But she needed something cheap, just like most people who buy problematic vehicles. If you follow the prescribed maintenance schedule, you have far better likelihood of avoiding most of the common faults, failures of any vehicle. Modern cars are simply more reliable. They were 10-20 years ago. Follow the schedule while the car is under warranty, and it will be much better off after the warranty expires. That said, shit breaks sometimes. Nissan bought a brand new 21 Sentra and had a malfunction warning before I even got the thing home. In the 5 years I had rear sensors replaced, rear camera replaced, tie rod replaced, front and rear collision sensors replaced, and tracking sensor replaced. Thankfully all under warranty. Ditched it recently for a Civic and absolutely love it. Four-cylinder Hyundai Kia, if you get one, better find a good dealership that prides themselves for customer service. I worked for a logistics company that delivered car and truck parks to dealerships, and we used to deliver tons of engines for warranty work. Picked up a lot of calls as well after the trucking company Yellow went out of business. Easy, Alfa Romeo. Even the owners club agrees that most of an Alfa's life will be spent in a garage while the owner looks at it covered in grease, with a ratchet on one hand and bits of his own hair on the other. But then comes those 3-month periods where everything works and the car is simply magical. Audis are shit. Great cars to drive. They are super comfortable. They look fantastic. After about 75,000 miles, they fall apart. Just ask yourself how often you see an old one on the road. Door handles snap off. Interior falls apart. They are ranked 28 out of 30 to car brands for reliability. Anything expensive, if I had money and my time was important, I'd still buy something reliable and economy that isn't gonna crap out on me. It is still nice and replaceable. Like my Mazda has lasted me 10 years and 20k, 30k new. Mine was manufactured by Ford. I'd buy like a few of them. Honestly, most brands these days have tons of issues. Modern car design is all about having the newest and greatest tech along with meeting ever stricter government standards, which leads to under-tested systems that fail prematurely without real fixes. I'm not saying American cars are good, but German cars are over-engineered and expensive to fix when they break. British, French and Italian cars are cheap junk. Unless it's a Ferrari or Lamborghini, then it's beautiful and easy to break. BMW products. At this stage you would imagine it'd be beware and everyone would know not to buy Captiva, Cruise, Barina, etc. But people still seem to have them in bulk and complain about them when they fail. Anything luxury. Not so much that they necessarily have more problems than other cars, but normal things that go out on any car are ungodly expensive, and they purposely make it damn near impossible to fix it yourself. Subarus aren't still burning oil. It's a trash CVT. Dead electrical systems almost always on the passenger's side, or 10-year-old infotainment units that can hardly update without glitching the entire car. My only contribution is that I've been waiting for my 2008 Mazda 3 to die so I can justify buying something new. I've been waiting for years. That thing will never die. Doesn't even have a rattle yet anywhere. I had a Ford on lease, and it spent more time getting fixed than at my house. I think we went 3 months straight with a loaner from the dealer in Ford's defense. They picked up the lease payments those months. Car thefts increased in my city by 300 because of Kia and Hyundai. They may have fixed the issue with the newer models, but people are still getting their windows smashed in. I will never even consider one. Range Rover. Even more problems than Land Rover, and you pay more as well. Old BMW new ones are quite okay, but once a few years old. Stay away. Anything French. Incredibly bad. People give Ford the back run and fix or repair daily for a reason. They break often, but people still buy them because the initial cost of purchase is cheaper than Japanese cars. Anything that's not Honda, Toyota. Unless you're looking for a luxury vehicle, I don't really understand why any average person looking for a commuter vehicle gets other brands. Any Stellantis brand. Fiat, Alfa, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Chrysler. They are consistently rated worst in reliability studies and many times have the highest issues per 1,000 vehicles. BMWs don't exactly have a lot of issues, but when you do have an issue, it's a proper pain in the ass disassembling them to get to the bit you actually need to fix. My sister sells car at a dealer that sells VW, Volvo and Mazda. She said that VW and Volvo fill up their service bays and Mazdas come in for routine maintenance. People mention Honda and Toyota are good brands. Personally on my second Honda and love it. But does anyone know Ford is a practical car brand? Jeep, I knew better. Did it anyway, loved my Jeep. Drove it daily, went through 7 recalls, but stuck with it until it self-destructed for good. Tesla. I've got a friend who has cycled through about 4 because of various recalls and replacements. I don't know why he keeps getting Teslas. From what I understand, BMWs are so expensive to maintain and need a lot of it. Source: my brother and the 4 BMWs he and his family have owned. A lot of the brands that are unreliable today were known for their reliability in the 70s, 80s, and 90s like Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, Volvo, Mercedes. I had a 2021 AMG C63. It spent more time in the shop than it did in my driveway. I didn't even drive it like a jackass. Range Rover. I bought one 2 years ago, trust me, I spent 40 of its price on repair. I have now a Mercedes, and I am in love. If you can find a 1988 Chevy Beretta, buy it. Mine had 300k miles on it, and it was still running great when I traded it in. All American brands are essentially pure dogshit. I would add Range Rover and BMW to dogshit list. Fucking money pits. The 3.8-litre supercharged GM cars that came mated to a transmission. I could not handle the power from factory. LOL, Ford Focuses make me wanna stab myself. Anyone driving regular Fords over a Japanese car is a fucking psycho. How are Teslas not at the top of the list? I own one, and I still think they should be on the top of the list. Tesla. Edit, I knew this would strike a nerve. I don't hate Tesla. I'm just not ready to buy one yet. LOL. My college mate's dad used to work for Ford. He told us if you value your life, just buy a Japanese car. ENDS, major oil leaks, battery issues, faulty fuel pumps. God forbid you buy one over 10-15 years old. Laughs in 10-year-old Toyota with 160,000 miles that's not even halfway to the junkyard. I have not seen any Toyota mentioned. Thank God, their car are great. And it's Ford for me. I found the most useful website to use before buying a car.